How many advocates do you have currently?
So we just launched our first pilot, so
Yep.
we have 21 advocates right now.
Yes. Okay. Out of how many kids or young
We have
adults? They're
about
really
a
young
couple
adults.
hundred, yes, a couple hundred young adults.
Oh, goodness gracious. And so you're meeting once a month for these connection nights.
Yes,
What?
and then they're meeting on their own afterwards. So not necessarily in person, but just touching base by text, phone call, virtual, or just going to hang out. And most of the young adults we serve are adults, so they're 18 to 25.
Right.
Um, and so far it's been working great. So we really want it to be where we build trust, because without that trust, like Caitlin mentioned earlier, no one's going to want to really be involved, right?
Right.
Like any other relationship.
Right.
So we're bringing also that normalcy.
Right. I was shocked at how many people you had Ubered into that event. I said, so where are you from? Brooksville and Spring Hill. Talk about the area. So where do you pull these kids in, and how do you get connected with them? Like, what are the resources that brings these kids to your program?
That's a really common question. And so when we first started, it was building relationships with where the kids are at. So where Caitlin was speaking of that agency is building a connection there, building a connection with. We have like 25 partners that are working with these kids, whether they're in the system at that time or
Oh, okay.
partners. Metropolitan Ministries brought kids to our expo, Pace Center for Girls, the Heart Gallery, we work with them, Children's Network of Hillsborough County. So we've built these partnerships, even with schools, to say we are here to support teens as they're aging out or have aged out. Guardian Ad Litems are a great partner of ours. So that's how we're getting calls daily to say, hey, someone's going to be homeless. Can you help? Hey, someone really needs an advocate. Can you help?
That, just as you just said that, I would think I would end up bringing everyone home. I would be Joe. Joe says to me often, he's like, Cassie, we are not a not for profit. Sometimes I'm like, I know, but there's just so many good things going on. So
if I can just say to that, someone recently said, how do you not do that? I said, because if we stay focused on our mission to teach our young adults how to fish and not fish for them.
Right.
And that is much harder with anybody, right? But it's important for Caitlin or any of our young adults that they learn how to fish.
Yes.
And that's really the goal. So many of kids that grew up in foster care or any experience, I think we take a lot for granted, meaning some haven't been to a restaurant. Some haven't ordered from a menu before. Some haven't, stay in their room all the time. So that exposure just being outside. So when we bring our young adults out in places, even Caitlin being here today, we're practicing skills, right? We're practicing communication, all of those life skills that are so relevant to live independent lives.
And so I want to talk a little bit about the statistics you shared at Wine and Whiskey the other night, which I thought was shocking too. Of the kids that age out of foster care in this area, how many of them will be homeless?
Half of them will be homeless in a year.
Yes.
And what I will say is that is not because they're lazy. They don't know how. They've not done it before.
Right.
And so just because you turn 18, that light switch, like, okay, well, you're an adult now.
Right.
So how am I supposed to adult, right? It's very hard for anybody turning 18. Yes. So when you don't have the support, many of our young adults are in poverty. You haven't seen another way of life. How are you supposed to know?
Right.
And so it is 1% of our kids actually have a driver's license. So how are they supposed to get to work?
Exactly.
How are they supposed to get to school? That's not okay. And in our area here, it's not like we have subways or a good transportation system, right? So, another statistic is 3% of our young adults will secure a college degree when 100% of them have a tuition waiver.
I know.
Caitlin's within our 3%. She's graduating, she's getting her bachelor's this year.
That is fantastic. What are you getting your degree in?
Fine art.
Uh, so that beautiful picture that I received
It's
was
from Caitlin. She made
you were the
that.
artist of that picture?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I have it hanging behind my desk in my office. I'm going to
Oh,
send you a
awesome.
picture. Yep, it's right there below my rotary that says service above
Oh.
self, and then there's your picture. It's so, I
yay.
know. Well, God bless you in that. What do you want to do?
So actually, Maddie's movement helped me start my own art business. So I own the White Space Studios, and I do custom prints and portraits. I do a lot of custom pet portraits. So very excited about
She's
those.
so talented.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is a beautiful piece of art, framed and everything. I go, ooh, it's fancy. And your thank you cards, aren't those handwritten or those are printed? Are those yours too? Somebody.
One
Yes.
of them is, yes.
Yes, we
Yes.
have several artists, and Caitlin does work for Maddie's movement part time too. So if you
Oh,
get
nice.
a handwritten card, it's coming from her. So we're so lucky to have her part of the team as well.
And isn't that so? All kids who were in the foster care system, they have a tuition waiver. Can you talk more about
Sure.
that? Explain what that.
Sure. So
Okay.
if they're in the state of Florida, they can go to any public school with their tuition paid in full. So my question was, why? Where's the other 97%?
Right.
It's very hard to navigate. So we have
You
actually.
mean the system?
It's hard to navigate FAFSA, the application.
Yes.
So as humans, if we become overwhelmed, we become paralyzed. So we need advocates to help.
Right.
Hey, let's go out and visit some colleges, whether it's HCC, which I think now is Hillsborough College, or USF, or even a trade school. Let's go out and visit
That
any
was my
trade
question.
school.
So trade schools count
Absolutely.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then helping navigate. I had a young adult. She was very frustrated. She was going to a 4-year university because there is different. They're wardens of state, so the paperwork's different. So you're needing from different agencies paperwork. So that whole we were learning together, and I was like, we're getting on the phone together because I want you to go there, right? We're
Right.
not going to let this be that barrier. And then we took her up to college, went to orientation with her, got her comfortable. A lot of our colleges, like USF, has the Pearls program, which anybody that's experienced homelessness or foster care, it's a community within a community. So we want to make sure that they're set up for success and being comfortable.
Right.
But it's the navigation, and that's where our advocates really can support to ensure we take that 3% up to 5% to 10%,
Yes.
and guiding them to have better education, to have better jobs, and live a thriving life.
I mean, even with FAFSA, I have 5 kids. I've done it 5 times. You know,
It's
it asks you
yeah.
for parent information. If
Yep.
that's not available to you, I'm thinking to myself, what would I even do if they're, you know?
Yes, it's
Yes,
different.
it's very challenging. In terms of what you would like the community to know, how they can assist you, any benefits or anything that you have going on. I know you and I were talking about April 30th event.
Yes.
What are some calls to action that you have for the community? You know,
My first is seek to understand. I think till we become aware of something, we really cannot take action towards something.
Right.
And we feel that with our community support, we can solve a lot of these issues that strengthen our community along with our young adults.
Right.
So we are having a awareness luncheon on April 30th at T. Pepin's, and that is going to be a luncheon unlike any other networking luncheon you've been at. So we have a dozen of our young adults on our committee to plan this, and it'll be an immersive luncheon to feel a little bit what it's like to turn 18 and age out of the foster care system. And this is really to bring the reality to our community through the luncheon. And so we will have our Pathways to Employment Expo at Feeding Tampa Bay again on July 27th, or
Perfect.
22nd, I should say. So that will be coming up as well. So we'd love to have volunteers for that.
Oh, perfect. Is there any special skills or anything that someone needs or to participate, especially in the expo? Um, the expo, I think you had 100 kids go through that last year. And when
Yeah.
I say kids, please forgive me. It's young adult people aging out of
Yes.
the foster care system, or, well, some of them were still in high school.
Yes.
Are there any skills or someone?
If
What-
you're wanting to come showcase your business to be a career pathfinder, if you are wanting to help with resume building, mock interviews, we are bringing wellness into our expo this year.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
And
because
what is that going to look like?
so from spiritual, mental, and physical wellness, so we'll be bringing those elements in because those are so important, going back to stability.
Right.
And we're still looking for some speakers to be part of the expo. So if you're wanting to come share about a career, your career success, just to bring that exposure to our kids, we would love to have you there.
I actually am going to make an introduction for you. There was a woman who attended our Rotary Club a couple of weeks ago. She had come from a turbulent, and she's written a book talking about kids who have lived very stress-filled, trauma-filled childhoods. And if you shift your mindset on it, these kids really have like a greater width for stress and all of this that they can put to good
Yes.
if they can learn to understand it, and of course, I just heard her speak, but I immediately I thought I just got the number while I was having her. I'm like, I need to introduce them. But Misty, I'll introduce you to her, and it was just powerful. I think a lot of success out of tragedy is about mindset, and it can be not that you don't have struggles and stuff, but we can be successful,
Yes.
and we don't have to be victims to that our whole lives. So I thank you guys so much for being here today. You know I love you so much, and
we
it
love
was
you
a pleasure
too.
to meet you, Caitlin.
It's so nice to meet
I wish you continued success in what you're doing and how you're helping and advocating for other young people who have had similar, no one experiences the same. They even say kids that grow up in the same house didn't have the same
Yeah.
life experience. So, but I think one of the most important things that we can do as human beings is support each other and,
Yes.
reach out in the community and do what we can to make a positive difference in this life, So
Absolutely. We
thank you.
appreciate you.
I
Cassie,
appreciate
do
you.
so much, and
Thank you.
we adore you and appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, everyone who sat through with us today. There are really great things. I'm going to include some links and all of that where you can get involved and reach out to Effie directly and get involved in this great organization. I thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Title Tiger TV.